Do you want to join the military but scared you're going to be rejected because of your weight? In this video, I'm going to comprehensively break down the Army weight standards and how to go about joining the Army if you fail to meet these standards. First, I want to say, don't be too hard on yourself. Do not look at yourself. Don't look at your physique and automatically disqualify yourself and be like, no, I'm not going to make it. Don't do that. Leave the decision to the medical and recruiting team. They're going to assess you and they're going to give you a yes or a no. Do not just look at yourself and be like, I can't do it. Don't do that. Never do that. Okay, now three factors come into play in determining whether or not you meet the weight standards. These three factors are: number one, your age bracket; number two, your weight; and number three, your height. What does this mean? It means, for example, if you're 21 years of age, there's a height and weight chart. They're gonna match your age to your height and to your weight, and that's what they're going to use to determine your minimum and maximum limits. Okay, that's pretty much what's going to tell them if you're overweight, underweight, or if you're good to go. What happens if you are overweight? If you're overweight, you've got a few options. That's if you really want to join the Army, you've got a few options if you're overweight. First of all, if you're overweight, you're going to get taped, and when you get taped, that's gonna help them determine or compare your body fat to your muscle mass. If your muscle mass is greater than your body fat, that's a good thing, okay? But you still gotta work on yourself. So if you're overweight, here's what you can do. If you still wanna join the military, you can opt in for the fat camp, which is a 90-day program. It's a 90-day weight reduction program. It's gonna help you lose weight. People have been to this program. They undergo exercises, dieting. At the end of the day, it works out and they join the military. I know people who done that and they succeeded, okay? The second thing you can do is to get a delayed enlistment. And what this is, they pretty much give you some time, a couple of months or even a year or however long you think you're gonna need to work on yourself and lose weight. So they're gonna give you that much time, however much time you need. And when you lose weight, you're going to come back and enlist. The third is to ask for a waiver. Now, these waivers may or may not be granted. You can ask for a waiver, and if you get a waiver, you're good to go. They'll sign you up. The fourth way is, if you feel like you don't want to put in all of that work and you just want to call it a day, you call it a day and you walk out and that's it. But I do want to emphasize that if you're overweight, if you ever find yourself overweight and you end up making it into the Army, you are compelled to meet these weight standards every 6 months. Every 6 months, you're going to do your ACFT, you're going to do height and weight. And if you fail to meet the weight standards, if you come up overweight or keep coming up overweight, you risk the chance of getting kicked out. You're going to get flagged under AR 600-9. And, they're going to give you some time to work on yourself with personal trainers and dieting and all of this stuff. If you still can't keep up with your weight, you're going to end up getting kicked out. So just have that in mind. It's all about discipline. It's all about mindset. Okay. So there are ways to get in if you're overweight. But then again, don't look at yourself and say, I'm overweight, I can't do it. You need to go through that assessment where they take your height, your weight, your age bracket into consideration to tell you whether or not you are overweight, underweight, or good to go.